Hello once again, welcome to example 4 on the radical equations that I started with you in the previous videos. In the previous videos, we started learning about radical equations and I've done a detailed explanation on it, and also we've solved some examples on it as well. And I hope you all understood it and you enjoyed the lesson as well. This is a continuation to solve another example with you so that you get a perfect understanding of it. So this is example 4. As you can see from the board, I've written example 4. So it means we've already done example 1, 2, and 3 in the previous videos. Okay, so I will advise that you do well to watch the previous videos because I've done a lot of explanation in the previous videos which you need to know to be able to get a good foundation and understanding to be able to handle this session as well. So please do well to watch the previous videos, and please don't forget to like the videos and also share them after watching. And if you are watching for the first time, please do well to follow the page as well. Let's go ahead and solve the example 4 that I have on the board. So example 4, it says solve square root of s plus 7 minus square root of 3s minus 2 is equal to 1. Okay, so we are solving for the value of s in the given equation. Okay, so this is an example of a radical equation, and I've explained from the previous videos that a radical equation simply means that an equation that contains z. Okay, so that's it about a radical equation. Okay, so let's go ahead and solve this question together. Okay, so I'm going to write down my solution and we are going to do it together. Okay, so I'm going to repeat the question given. Okay, so we have square root of s plus 7, okay, minus square root of 3s minus 2, okay, equals to 1. Okay, so we are solving for s in this given equation. Okay, and I've explained from the previous videos that anytime you have an equation that contains square root sign, okay, the first thing to do is to eliminate the square root from it. Okay, so for us to solve this one, first of all we need to eliminate the square root sign from it. Okay, then afterwards we can proceed and solve further. Okay, so now we are going to square both sides of the equation. Okay, I've explained to you from the previous videos that the only way to get rid of the square root sign is to square both sides of the equation. Okay, so we are going to square both sides of the equation, but before we go ahead and square both sides of the equation, I prefer that we move the minus root 3s minus 2 to come and join the one which is here, okay, before we square both sides. Okay, that will make it much easier and simple for us. Okay, so there's nothing wrong with it if you maintain these two terms here and you square both sides of the equation. Okay, you will get the same answer, just that most students will find it difficult expanding the square of these two terms. Okay, they will find it difficult. So it's much simple when we move this minus root 3s minus 2 to come and join the positive one which is here. Okay, then afterwards we square both sides. That becomes much easy and simple. Okay, but don't forget that I've said that it doesn't change anything if you maintain it like this and you square both sides, you will get the same answer. Okay, but I prefer that we move the minus root 3s minus 2 to this side so that afterwards we square both sides. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so I'm going to maintain my square root of s plus 7 here equals to my 1 is there, then this minus root 3s minus 2 will go and join the 1 which is there, so it becomes plus root of 3s minus 2. I hope you understand and agree with me up to this point. All that we did is to shift the minus root 3s minus 2 to come and join the 1. Okay, so that's it. Then from here we are going to square both sides. Okay, so I'm going to square both sides of the equation to be able to eliminate the square root sign. Okay, so I'll square this side of the equation and square this side as well. Okay, so that this power 2 will cancel the square root sign away. So what I'm going to be left with at this side is s plus 7 equals to, now with this one, we are going to expand it, okay, using the short method that I've taught you in the previous videos. Okay, now if you don't understand the short method of expanding this one, okay, you can repeat this one as 1 plus root 3s minus 2 into one bracket, multiply another bracket which has 1 plus root 3s minus 2 in it. Okay, because 1 plus root 3s minus 2 all squared means that 1 plus root 3s minus 2 is multiplying itself 2 times. That's what it means. Okay, so you can write it as 1 plus root 3s minus 2 into one bracket, multiply another bracket which has 1 plus root 3s minus 2 in it. Okay, then you follow the multiplication of 2 binomial approach to expand it. Okay, but I've taught you a short method of expanding this. Okay, so we are going to use that short method to expand it, okay, so that we can move faster. Okay, so now let's go ahead and do it. So the short method goes like this. This power 2 here will square the first term. Okay, there are 2 terms in this bracket. This is one term, this is another term. Okay, so the square here, the power 2 here will square the first term, okay, which is the 1. So 1 squared is 1. Then now the power 2 will multiply everything in the bracket. Okay, so 2 times 1 will be 2, and that 2 times root of 2s minus, root of 3s minus 2. Okay, let me go over one more time. So first the power 2 here squares the first term, okay, which is the 1. So when the power 2 squares the 1, it gives 1 because 1 squares 1. And now the power 2 will multiply everything in the bracket. And how it multiplies everything in the bracket is this. Okay, this power 2 will multiply the 1 here. So 2 times the 1 is 2. And that 2 will multiply the square root of 3s minus 2. And that will give you plus 2 root 3s minus 2. I hope you agree with me up to this point. Okay, that's how to go about it. Then now, this power 2 will square the last term. Okay, when this power 2 squares the last term, which is the root of 3s minus 2, it will cancel the square root sign away, and it will be left with plus 3s minus 2. Okay, I hope you agree with me up to this point. Okay, I've explained this approach a lot in the previous videos. Okay, so we are applying the same knowledge here. Okay, from here we need to group like terms. Okay, let's group like terms. Okay, so I'll maintain my s, which is here. Then this positive 3s will cross the equal sign to come and join it, so it will become minus 3s. Then I'll bring my plus 7, which is here. Then this minus 2 will cross the equal sign to come and join it, so it become plus 2. Then this positive 1 will also cross the equal sign to come and join it, so it become minus 1. Equals to, what I have left at the right hand side will be 2 root 3s minus 2. Okay, and I hope you agree with me up to this point. All that we did is to group like terms. Okay, so let's simplify it further. So s minus 3s will give me negative 2s, and I hope you agree with me. 7 plus 2 gives me 9. 9 minus 1 gives me 8, so I'll get plus 8 equals to 2 root 3s minus 2. Okay, I hope you understand up to this point. Okay, now from here, what we need to do again is to square both sides of the equation. Okay, because we still have a square root sign in it. Okay, and the only way to eliminate the square root sign from it is to square both sides of the equation. Okay, but before we square both sides of the equation, I prefer that we reduce the equation, okay, into a much simpler form before we square both sides. Okay, if you check very well, check the equation, you can see that there's 2 here, there's minus 2 here, there's 8 here, and there's 2 here. Okay, what is common to them is 2. Okay, so we can divide through the equation by 2 so that we reduce the equation so that it becomes much simple for us to solve. Okay, so I'm going to divide through the equation by 2. Okay, but if you choose not to divide through the equation by 2 and you maintain it like this and you square both sides, you get the same answer. Okay, I want us to work with a much simpler equation. Okay, so that's why I want us to reduce the equation to a simple form before we square both sides. Okay, but if you choose to maintain it like this and you square both sides, you get the same answer. I hope the explanation is clear. Okay, so let's reduce the equation by dividing it through by 2. Okay, so I divide here by 2, here also by 2, and here also by 2. Okay, so that this 2 and this 2 will cancel away. 2 goes here 1, 2 goes into the 8 4 times. Okay, and this 2 and this 2 will also cancel away. I hope you understand up to this point. Okay, so from here, let's go ahead and write down what we have left. Okay, so what I have left here is minus s. Please take note of the negative sign. So I have minus s, okay, plus 4. Okay, so minus s plus 4 equals to what I have left here is root of 3s minus 2. Okay, I hope you understand and you agree with me up to this point. Okay, so all that we did is to write down what we have left. Okay, so I have minus s plus 4 equals to root of 3s minus 2. Okay, now from here, then we are going to square both sides of the equation. Okay, so let's square both sides now. Okay, so I'm going to square this side of the equation and also square this side of the equation so that we can eliminate the square root sign from it. Okay, so I'm going to square this side. Okay, then also square this side. Okay, now this power 2 will cancel the square root sign away. So this power 2 cancel this square root sign away. Then with this minus s plus 4 all squared, we are going to expand it. Okay, we are going to use the short process that I've taught you. Okay, if you don't understand the short process, all that you need to do is to write this as minus s plus 4 into one bracket, multiplying another minus s plus 4 into another bracket. Then you follow the multiplication of two binomial approach. Okay, then you get the same answer. That's if you don't understand how to use the short method. Okay, because minus s plus 4 all squared means that minus s plus 4 is multiplying itself 2 times. Okay, so we can write it as minus s plus 4 into one bracket, multiplying another bracket which has minus s plus 4 in it. Okay, but we are going to use the short method that I've taught you. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so now the power 2 here will square the first term. Okay, the first term here is minus s. So when the power 2 squares it, I'll get s squared, and I hope you agree with me. Okay, because minus s squared means that minus s times minus s, and that will give you positive s squared. Okay, so and this power 2 here will multiply everything in the bracket. Okay, so this is how it goes. Power 2 here multiplies the negative 2, multiplies the negative s, and we are going to get negative 2s, and that negative 2s will multiply the 4, and we are going to get negative 8s. I hope you understand. Let me go over one more time. This power 2 here squares the first term, which is the negative s. When the power 2 squares negative s, we are going to get positive s squared, because negative s squared means negative s times negative s. That gives positive s squared. That's why we have s squared here. And this power 2 now will multiply everything in the bracket, and this is how the multiplication is done. The power 2 multiplies the negative s, which gives the negative 2s, and that negative 2s multiplies the positive 4, we get negative 8s. Okay, now this power 2 now squares the last term, which is the positive 4. Okay, so when you square the 4, you get 16. Okay, because 4 squared means 4 times 4, which gives 16, positive 16, equals to what I have left at the right hand side is 3s minus 2. Okay, I hope you understand and you agree with me up to this point. Okay, so that's it. So now from here, we are going to group like terms again, okay, by shifting everything to the left hand side. Okay, so let me continue from this side. Okay, so let me continue from this side. So I have my s squared, then this minus 8s is there, so minus 8s. Then I'll let this positive 3s cross the equal sign to go and join it. Okay, so it becomes minus 3s. Okay, then I'll bring my plus 16, which is there. Then this minus 2 will also cross the equal sign to go and join it, which will become plus 2 equals to 0. I hope you agree with me up to this point. Okay, so let me clean it and write it all so that you can see it. Okay, I hope you can see it clearly now. Okay, so we shifted everything to the left hand side by grouping like terms. Okay, let's go ahead and simplify further. So I have my s squared here, minus 8s minus 3s will give me minus 11s. I hope you agree with me. Positive 16 plus 2 gives me positive 18 equals to 0. Okay, I hope you understand up to this point. Now this is a quadratic equation that we need to solve. I've taught you how to solve a quadratic equation in the previous videos. We've treated a quadratic equation as a full topic in the previous video, so we are applying that knowledge here. So if you don't have any understanding on quadratic equation, please search my videos that I've done on quadratic equation, because we are applying that knowledge here. Okay, so search for those videos and watch them to get the understanding. Okay, so let's go ahead and solve this quadratic equation. So this first term will multiply the last term, okay, and that will give us 18s squared. Okay, I hope you agree with me. Then we look for two factors in which when we multiply, it will give us the 18s squared back. But those same two factors, when we add them, we are supposed to get the middle term, which is the negative 11s. Okay, and those two factors will be minus 2s and minus 9s. I hope you agree with me. Let's check and see. Minus 2s times minus 9s, it gives positive 18s squared, because when negative and negative multiplies, it becomes positive. So we are getting positive 18s squared back. Then when we add these same two factors, we are supposed to get the middle term, which is negative 11s. So minus 2s plus minus 9s, it gives minus 11s. Okay, so the two factors are correct, we can use it. Okay, so now we are going to omit the middle term from there, which is the minus 11s. We are going to take it from there and we are going to replace it with these two factors. Okay, so I'm going to repeat my s squared, which is here. Then I'll take the middle term from there and I'll replace it with these two factors. So minus 2s minus 9s, then I'll bring my plus 18 equals to 0. I hope you understand and you agree with me up to this point. Okay, now what we have to do here is to factorize. Okay, I've taught you factorization as well as a full topic in the previous videos. So if you don't know anything about factorization, please search for my videos on factorization so that you watch to get the understanding. Okay, we are applying that knowledge here. Okay, so we are going to take this 2 by 2 factorize. Factorization simply means that we are bringing the common things out. Okay, so taking these first two, we will factorize s out because s is common to them. Then you ask yourself, what will I put here so that when I multiply it by the s, I'll get this s squared back, and that is going to be s. You bring your minus, which is here. You ask yourself the same question, what will I put here so that when I multiply it by the s, I'll get this 2s back, and that is 2. Then you close your bracket. Then we take this last two terms too and we factorize. What we can factorize out is minus 9. Okay, so minus 9 out. Then we ask ourselves, what will I put here so that when I multiply it by the minus 9, I'll get the minus 9s back, and that is going to be s. Then I'll ask myself again, what will I put here so that when I multiply it by the minus 9, I'll get this positive 18 back, and that is minus 2. Then you close your bracket equals to 0. Okay, so anytime you do it correctly, the factorization, do it correctly, you see that the two brackets will always be the same. You can see that in this bracket I have s minus 2. This bracket also I have s minus 2 in it, so it means we've done the correct thing. Now the next step is that the terms outside the bracket, we are going to join them into one. Okay, one bracket, and the two brackets which are the same, we are going to pick one and attach to it. Okay, so this s which is here outside this bracket and this minus 9 which is outside this bracket, we are going to join them into one bracket. So we are going to have s minus 9 into one bracket, then s minus 2 into another bracket equals to 0. Okay, then now we equate each term in the bracket to 0 and we solve for s. Okay, so when I take my s minus 9, I equate it to 0, comma, I'll take my s minus 2, I'll equate it to 0. Okay, so it means that our s is equals to 9, comma, our s will be equals to positive 2. So we are getting two values for s, which is s is equals to 9 and s is equals to 2. Okay, but you know that we are not done until we've tested that if indeed the two values of s that we've gotten satisfies the equation given, the original equation. So we are going to take each values that we've gotten for s and we are going to use it to test the original equation to see if they satisfy the equation indeed. Okay, so let's go ahead and test them. Okay, I'll continue from this side. Okay, so looking at how things are from here, I need to clean a portion of it before we can do the testing. Okay, so I hope you understand the process up to here. So I'm going to clean this side so that we can do the testing. Okay, so let me clean this side so that we can do the testing to see which values of the s that you've gotten, okay, satisfy the given equation. Okay, because you cannot just leave your answer like this. You need to test to know which value of the s that you've gotten satisfy the equation. Okay, so I'm going to clean this side. I hope you understand this so I can clean it. So let me clean this side so that we can have enough space to do the testing. Okay, so let's continue. So we are testing with the original equation. The original equation, it says square root of s plus 7. Okay, you can write it without the bracket, it doesn't change anything. Okay, minus square root of 3s minus 2, okay, equals to 1. Okay, so when we take s is equal to 9, we'll put it into the equation. Okay, so wherever we see s in this equation, we'll put 9 there. Okay, so I'm going to have square root of 9 plus 7 minus square root of 3 into bracket 9 minus 2 should give us 1. Okay, what that means is that the left hand side of the equation should give us the same value as the right hand side of the equation. Okay, so that if the two values are the same, then it means s is equals to 9 satisfies the equation, and for that reason s is equals to 9 is a solution to the equation. Okay, if we get a value at the left hand side of this equation which is not equals to 1, then it means that s is equals to 9 is not a solution to the given equation. Okay, for the value of s to be a solution to the given equation, it means that when we test, the left hand side should give the same value as the right hand side. Okay, other than that, it means that any value that you get which is different from what you are getting here, which is the 1, it means that s is equals to 9 is not a solution to the equation because it doesn't satisfy the equation. So let's go ahead and simplify and see. Square root of 9 plus 7, it gives square root of 16, and I hope you agree with me, minus this I'll have square root of 3, 9, 27 minus 2 should give us 1. I hope you understand and you agree with me up to this point. Okay, square root of 16 gives 4, so I'll write my 4 minus square root of 27 minus 2, it gives 25. I hope you agree with me, should give us 1. Okay, so I repeat my 4 here minus square root of 25, it gives me 5 equals to 1. You can see that we are getting 4 minus 5. Okay, please note that 4 minus 5 gives negative 1, and negative 1 is not equal to 1. Okay, so it means s is equals to 9 is not a solution to the given equation. Okay, so you can see when we tested, we are getting the left hand side to be negative 1, which is not equals to positive 1 at the right hand side. So it means s is equals to 1, s is equals to 9 is not a solution to the given equation. Okay, so now we need to test for s is equals to 2, and it's obvious that s is equals to 2 will be a solution to the given equation, because you cannot have both values not being a solution to the equation. Okay, so but let's just test and see. Okay, so now we've known that s is equals to 9 is not a solution. That's why it is very important to test after getting your values for s, so that I can make a correct conclusion. Okay, so let me clean this one and let's test for s is equals to 2 as well, and let's see. Okay, so wherever I see s in this equation, I'm going to put 2 there. Okay, I hope you agree with me. So I'm going to have square root of, I'm seeing s here, so I'll put 2 there, plus 7 minus square root of 3 into brackets 2 minus 2 should give us 1. Okay, I hope you agree with me up to this point. All that we did is to input the value of s is equals to 2 in the given equation. So let's simplify further and see if s is equals to 2 satisfy the equation. Okay, so I get square root of 2 plus 7 is 9 minus square root of 3 times 2 is 6 minus this 2 should give us 1. So square root of 9 is 3 minus square root of 6 minus 2 gives me 4 should give us 1. So I'm getting 3 minus square root of 4 is 2 should give us 1. And you can see that 3 minus 2 gives positive 1, which is equals to this positive 1 at the right hand side. So therefore s is equals to 2 is a solution to the equation, because we are getting the same value as the right hand side. Okay, we are the left hand side we got 1, the right hand side 2, we have 1 there. So it means s is equals to 2 satisfy the equation, and for that reason s is equals to 2 is a solution to the given equation. Okay, so that's it. So let me write the conclusion for you. Okay, let me clean here and write the conclusion. Okay, so you can conclude by saying that therefore, okay, therefore s is equals to 2 is a solution. Okay, is a solution to the given equation. Okay, so you need to write down your conclusion. Okay, so therefore s is equals to 2 is a solution to the given equation, because when we tested, s is equals to 2 is the one that satisfied the equation, but when we tested with s is equals to 9, we didn't get a value which is the same as the right hand side of the equation. So it means s is equals to 9 is not a solution to the given equation. I hope the explanation was clear enough and you understood it as well. Please don't forget to like the video and also share the video as well. See you again in another video once we solve other examples on this. Bye bye.